So good morning everyone. My name is Arslan and welcome back to Proper Tech Tutorial. This is the part 3 of the series of learning Siemens NX from beginner to pro. And in the part 3 of the video, we'll be dealing with, yes, now you can see the syllabus. And the part 3 of the video, we'll be dealing with the user interface, the overview of user interface and user interface preferences that will be much better if you take my suggestion as to designing, modeling and assembly and the sketch environment is concerned. So I'll just go into the Siemens NX, and yes, you see the Siemens NX window is already open, and I will go into the user interface from the file tab in the preferences and then in the user interface. After coming to the user interface, you will see some options on the left over here, and we'll go through them one by one. Okay, so this is the layout option in which you will have the option of setting up the ribbon style over here. I will recommend you not to click on this option, as this option is for those who are very advanced or who are very proficient in the Siemens NX software. As if you will click on the slim ribbon style, it will show only the symbols and it will not show the meaning or the thing which those symbols do. So I do not recommend using that. I recommend using the default classic style in which everything is written, trim, subtract, unite, etc. And that will be much better. And there is a flyout ribbon and no title bar. That is also not recommended. And these things are not to be uh, changed with. And do click on this setting of save layout at exit. That is necessary because, for example, if you did some change in the layout, for example, I have this tab and I want to add some any tool over here. For example, I want to add edit. So if I want to add edit, I added edit camera over here, and I used the software as usual, and I perform on all the necessary tasks which were needed to be done. And then I close the window. I just save the part file and I close the window. So in that case, this thing might not get saved. This thing might not get saved, and this will lead to me getting duplication of work. Again, I will open the Siemens NX, again I will do the same. So this thing needs to be done, and that is required as of now. Okay, so I'll just go back to the preferences and the user interface. So only two things are to be considered over here. Slim ribbon style is not to be checked, and save layout at exit is to be checked. Next, we come to the theme. So theme can be set by your end. I prefer the dark theme. You can prefer the classic theme. The classic theme as like the white, everything will be like classic as the NX, and there is one light theme in which the 3D buttons and 3D displays will not be available, but all the things will be in the light fashion like white and color things. So it depends upon your visual preferences. You can select anyone which you want, and use transparency for undocked UI components. That is to be checked because it helps in sometimes when there are two or three windows one above another, so it allows for user to read little bit the like what is behind that and understand if there is window open, which window is open behind it. On the resource bar, you can see that the display, the resource bar is on the left. So this is a very classic, and it is the most widely accepted procedure or the method to use the resource bar. You can also put it on the right, but it is not usually recommended. But if you like using it on the right, you can use it. But I like to use it on the left, so I keep it on the left. And then overlap on second monitor, dock on second monitor, I will prefer you to keep on no change. After you get proficient in Siemens NX, after you complete this course, you can change things into a much more modern and advanced or a professional looking manner. That will be suggested after you have completed this course, but as of now, do not try to do things which look complicated. Otherwise it will hinder your learning, and it will degrade your morale and your confidence in learning Siemens NX. Secondly, since this software is not, you know, the original one, so I have kept the homepage URL at about blank, so that it does not interfere with the other things, like license files, etc. It will not, but just on be on a safe side, I have kept it on about blank. So even if we are accessing the internet, even if we have the Wi-Fi on and we are using the software, then going to the browser, then going to YouTube, it will not be affected even. So that is one thing. And then I will go to the touch and speech. This thing is to be not meddled with. This has no role for us. And then it will have roles. So this thing will be covered later on over in the part 4 in the next video, how to create a custom role and how to customize it. That will be done later on. So leave it as of now. And then in the options, you can see the things which I have selected and with things which I have unchecked. So take a screenshot of that and apply those same settings in your Siemens NX software and continue with the video. So this decimal places for like when you will be using um, any measurements or any dimensional constraints, something like that, or display alerts on warning. These are required to be checked, because in case there are any warnings or in case there are any conflicts in the NX environment, it will let you know. And in this confirm undo needs to be unchecked because sometimes there are scenarios, or sometimes there are things like you have to do undo 15 times, 20 times in order to get back to what you were originally doing, and you were just trying to test out something. So if you will keep this checked, then every time you will press Control Z, you will have to confirm the dialog box and then Control Z, then again confirm the dialog box. That is not recommended. Then this thing track cursor location should be checked and this thing should be unchecked. So now coming to the tools, this thing nothing to be meddled with, and macro nothing to be meddled with. You can uncheck these box, record all, transform, etc. That is not required as of now. So this was the total overview of the user interface preferences that is to be that needs to be done as of now, as of the uh, you know what as of using the Siemens NX for sketch, modeling and assembly. Another thing which needs to be done is that, for example, if you select preferences and you go into modeling, you go into sketch, you go into assembly, etc., you will have various things, such as, for example, in sketch, if I go into this, I have checked this, that add parenthesis to reference dimensions. I have unchecked the display reference wala. I have checked the create dimensions for typed values. I have checked the display persistent relations, and these things are checked from my end that were not originally checked. So if I apply it, then I go into okay, same thing. Some things I go for preferences for modeling, then assemblies. Then you see that I have noticed one thing is that then that if you're not using the original software and you close the Siemens and then you open it again, or if you shut down your PC and if you open your PC again, then the things get reset. And because of that, there are issues like every time you have to do things like that. So that is not to be done. That needs not to be done. And what is the solution for that? That will be discussed along with the your roles customization in part 4 of the video. So till now I have shown you how to customize your user preferences and what are the options which are available. And in order to make those user preferences the final choice or the say user default, I think I should discuss it over here only. Go into utilities and go into customer defaults. After going into customer defaults, go into the sketch environment. If you were trying to access the user interface for sketch, if you were going to access the same for modeling, if you were going to access the same for any other thing, just go into the sketch, go into the general, and you can see that create inferred constraints. Click on that. Okay, add parenthesis to reference dimensions. Click on that. Display reference curves, uncheck that. So whatever things which you like, would like to have as the defaults for user interface preferences. Like I want to have all the constraints as things like um, all the things to be have automatic dimensioning. I can also turn on continuous auto dimensioning over here, and then there are prefer constraints. So these things, all the things, you can take the screenshot and you can save it to your gallery and you can apply it in your own software as you see it's deemed fit. Then you can go into the modeling section and you can see that there are things over here which I have checked and unchecked, and then these values are not to be meddled with, leave it as they are. Go into the edit and edit with rollback, that is to be changed. Edit with rollback is to be, that is to be set as default. Then update, screenshot that, freeform, screenshot that, convergent, screenshot that, simulation, screenshot that, miscellaneous, examine geometry test, additive manufacturing, etc. So all these things have been like added as, these things are not changed and these are as per the software defaults. There are some feature settings like these, and I will just go through them, screenshot whatever you find useful. And mid surfaces, symbolic threads, and feature group, part module, selection intent rules, human modeling, selection intent rules. Okay, human modeling, nx realized shape, part families. Then you can go into the curves. There is only one option in general. Then spline, no need to change. Fillet, no need to change. Trim curve, uh, no need to change. Curve length, no need to change. Selection intent rules, no need to change. Curve associativity, no need to change. In case you find that you need to change these things like selection intent rules, etc., and trim curve and fillet curve, then you can change after having a hit and trial. Like if you want something to be very specific as per your demands, then you can change that. Otherwise, I would recommend not to change such things. Then you can go into the assembly and you can check the things which are preferences over here, and then you can go into the layout and you can check over here the things which are there, and you can take the screenshot. Okay, so all the things are over here, and I have only changed few things in sketch. I have gone through that. I hope you have taken the screenshot. I have changed some things in modeling, and some things might be changed in curves. Other things I have not changed, and all the user defaults, customer defaults are same as the software suggests. And do that, and then apply, and then okay. And then even if you close, and then after that, what you will do, you will go into the roles option, and you will right click over here, and you will say you save role, and then you will click on apply role. After that, even if you restart the software, even if you uninstall the software, even if you close the software, either whatever you do, even if you install the software afresh, totally afresh, things will have the same things. All the roles will be the same, your user interface will be the same, and you just need to click on your role which you have saved previously, and you just need to double click on it, or you just need to right click and click on apply, and all the user interfaces which you have selected in the utility section in the customer defaults will come into action. So I will recommend you to not use this option, because in case of any license file manipulation, in case of any update of your windows, in case of restarting of system, sometimes the license file gets error and it is not able to be read by your software. So, and when you try to reread your license file, then these things get set to the default. So go into the utility section, customer defaults, and change it accordingly. So till the next time we meet, I would like if you would subscribe to my channel, and if you would like our videos, and comment on our videos in case you find anything that is to be incorporated from our end. If you have any suggestions, do comment in the comment section and share our videos with your friends. So till the next time we meet, goodbye.